Now from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather today. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, folks, here we go. Right out of the gate on this Tuesday, coasting now right on through our work week. And I tell you what, as we go through this work week, we've really got some good weather on tap. We're going to be featuring a lot of sunshine. We're going to be featuring daytime highs in the 70s. And again, the winds do remain fairly light, this being the forecast for today. But I can tell you, as we go through Wednesday, even into Thursday, that is going to be your forecast. The winds will begin to pick up some as we get into Thursday, ahead of an approaching storm system for Friday. And on Friday, we may be talking about some rain and storms. It's not completely locked in. In fact, the details on that are kind of hit and miss. We'll talk about that coming up. But we'll also be talking about some chillier mornings. In fact, this was your start to this morning with morning lows generally in the 50s, but a few 40s even peppered in here or there. In fact, up around the Denton area, one of the cooler spots in North Texas, down to 45 degrees. Again, chilly this morning. So radar quiet here in North Texas, radar mostly quiet across the Lone Star State and around the Lone Star State. The only real exception is down in the Houston area. There's been some scattered rain, a couple rumbles of thunder down there this morning. And if you look carefully, that actually has to do with a larger area of low pressure that's centered across parts of the Gulf region. We were talking about that last week, maybe a coastal low, maybe even a subtropical storm. So far, I don't think we're going to see any of that. This is just a broad area of low pressure. It's going to continue to at least cause some unsettled weather there. And for us, more specifically here in North Texas, it continues to be a roadblock. You can see it spinning counterclockwise. It's stalled out from the jet stream flow. It's not going to move for the next several days. We've also got a ridge out to the west. That's a stagnant pattern there. So our jet stream flow currently coming in from the north, typically relatively quiet. So it's really going to take until this upcoming Thursday. Eventually, you can see that counterclockwise area spin there. It will begin to push off to the east. As that happens, the ridge breaks down. You can see the dip. Here comes the jet stream. And again, by Friday, there it is right there. We're going to try and get a dry line to set up in our area. The main storm system goes well off to the north. It's only a glancing below here in North Texas. And with the cap being relatively strong on Friday as well, we're going to try and get a couple of storms to go along the dry line, but it may also be the case that we don't see anything at all. And right now, the coverage, meaning who sees rain and storms, if we see rain and storms, that also looks pretty spotty as well. So going forward in time here, just looking at the model, we're relatively quiet again today, tonight. As we get into tomorrow, Wednesday, could a brief shower coming up from the coastal plains, like down around the Houston area, make it up into our far southeastern counties, Anderson, Henderson, Freestone County. Not impossible. You see a little blip of green there. It's about a 20% shot tomorrow, right? Outside of that, we're completely quiet. Get into Friday, you have to look carefully because if you blink, you'll miss it. But here it is as the dry line sets up. You saw it, just a quick flash of green, right? Again, the model giving us some signal that could we have a storm or two along the dry line. We'll track this carefully. Again, anytime you're in April, we're in, climatologically speaking, our active time of year. Again, devil's in the details. If any subtle thing changes, maybe we could have a better opportunity of rain and storms. But again, right now, don't hold your breath. But again, if we were to see a storm form on Friday, could it be strong? Could it maybe even be severe? And the answer to that is yes. So again, of course, we'll be tracking that carefully going forward. Otherwise, I'm tracking this carefully again as well. It's our drought monitor because we've been doing so well, making so much improvement each and every week on the drought monitor. But look what's happening now. We have some yellow, abnormally dry conditions building back in. And with not a lot of rain opportunity on the horizon, this may become a bit more concerning as we continue to push through April. Again, more on that as we go forward in time. Otherwise, let's talk about today. Again, around North Texas, highs generally in the 70s, maybe even a couple 80s out in our western counties, out around Breckenridge and Graham. Again, if you're making any kind of Tuesday evening plans, temperatures easing through the 60s, fair skies, light winds. Again, a really enjoyable evening. We're back down into the chilly category, though, overnight with a lot of 50s, a few upper 40s. Again, that will be the start to your Wednesday morning. And then, like I mentioned, we're basically on autopilot going through Wednesday, more in the way of 70s, a few 80s out to the west. The light winds, and again, plenty of sunshine going forward. Simply put, that's going to be the case even into Thursday. Winds do pick up some on Thursday ahead of that storm system on Friday. Opportunity of rain and storms there. Otherwise, a great looking weekend on tap as well.